Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. We're back at the Laundromat, and hopefully this is a really exciting week because I think we had a really good week, and we may break a sales record. But I've said that before, and it hasn't happened, so we'll see what happens. We'll count the money, count the change, see what ended up being in the machines. Now, there's been some drama. We had a lady who's living in her car. They're drinking beer one day. I did put a green sticker on it last week, and the car has not been back. So that's been nice. It is Fun Car Friday too. I don't get the Countach out to the laundromats very often, but today seemed like a good day to do it because it's either been raining or incredibly hot, and today is only in the 90s instead of over 100 like I feel like it has been. First off, I walked in and the change machine was broken again, at least the left side. So this happened over the weekend too, where the left side stopped working and we ran out of quarters on the right side. So I was trying to clean it and it isn't working at all. So I think I just had to reset it and it started working. And if you remember, I have my small laundromat, the same thing was happening with that change machine too. And what we did is we just put a timer on it, and every night we shut off the change machine, turn it back on again with a timer, and that seemed to fix the problem. So we're gonna do that with this one too, and maybe just turning it off and turning it back on again every night will help that. So yeah, not much money in there at all because it hasn't been working well this week, and then a lot more on the left side. Now this is money Monday through Friday, and then I collected over $1,000 over the weekend, which was really good, the most we've had in a while. So I wanted to see how much we had this week total, and it was $693 after I counted it up, and that means we had $1,710 total in cash. That's not a ton of cash, but I feel like because the change machine wasn't working over the weekend, there might be more quarters in the actual washers and dryers than cash in the change machine, and we'll just have to see what's in there. And this, of course, is the vending machine, and I feel like someone may have been shaking it again because a lot of the snacks are all over the place, and I think people do that to try and get snacks, or maybe one of the snack vending things doesn't work. I'm not sure. I look back on camera sometimes, can't see anything, but I'm not able to go through every single thing for the week. So we had a decent amount in there, and not bad. Pop machine. People love Mountain Dew and Sprite. Those have been our best sellers by far lately, and there's a good amount gone. So last week we had problems with the pop machine too, where it wasn't working quite right. Got it fixed. I haven't had any complaints about it, and that's okay. For a while there, we were getting close to $40 from the pop machine. It's a ton. I don't know if we're gonna have that much this week. Here's the soap machine, which has a lot gone, but you can see on the right over there, I had to put some tape down because my right vending stack keeps jamming. It just kind of gets stuck and people can't get soap. So luckily, that stack is one of two Tide stacks, and so the other Tide stack still works. So just have to make sure there's plenty of Tide in it. I don't know if it's because I'm filling it too full maybe, and it gets too heavy, but I was checking, it's not jammed, so that's good. But there's a good amount of money in there, so the soap should do very well. So we'll count those up right now, see what we've got. This is the vending machine first, and like I said, it seemed pretty good. You never know for sure. So not bad, over $40. And then we'll do the pop machine next, and I could see there were lots of dimes and nickels in there, so I was prepared for it to spit those out at me. And it just counts quarters because it's on the quarter setting. 84, so 21 and some plus all these other little ones. So that's okay. Again, not record breaking, but it's not bad. And then we'll do the soap machine here as well and see what we've got there. I don't ever count the small change. I just say, oh, it looks like a couple bucks, but we'll add those to the chart. All right, and this seemed like quite a bit, so we'll see what we've got in this bucket. And 235, that's pretty good. So not bad there either. All right, now we're gonna get right into it and see what we've got in the machines. I'm excited this week. Hopefully we'll be breaking the record. I'm so excited I can't make the keys work. All right, that's another good box. This back 50-pound washer, that's what that is, has been doing better and better every week. So we have our front washers that always do the best, but this back one's been doing pretty good. That's okay there. And then we'll see what all of these have in them. That's okay too. That's not anything groundbreaking. And this one, ooh, that one's really light. That one usually does pretty good, so I'm not sure what's up with that one. We'll see. Can't get too excited or too down on the first few machines because there's always difference which machines have more money in them which week, if that makes any sense. Oh, that one's really full. That one's fuller than it normally is, so that makes up for that other one, hopefully. And then, oh, that one was pretty full too. So for some reason, these are the exact same machines as the ones right behind them, but for some reason people decided they wanted to use these and not the ones right behind it. So, like I said, strange how different people use different machines. If you remember last week, our 60-pound washer broke. It is fixed again. So that's good to see. That's our best machine. It's actually one of our newest machines too, but it's had a belt go bad. Then I think a hose line got clogged this time and a drain got clogged. So got those taken care of. It seems to be working fine. But it was down most of this week. So that 60-pounder isn't going to have much money in it today. I'm just hoping the other machines make up for it. So it's not like, oh, that's a good one too. You know, if our 60-pound isn't working, people aren't going to leave and go to another laundromat. In most cases, they're just going to use the other machines, which are pretty close. We've got 3 50-pounders, a 60-pounder, a 40-pounder, and these Horizons are kind of like 27-pounders, I think. And then we've got 12 of those, and then 10 of those, and 5 of these hips, which are the same size as the white Horizons, a little fancier looking, and they tend to work a lot better too. That's not bad. That one hips, I think, has a bad motherboard. Those are incredibly expensive, so it was just kind of staying out of commission for a little while. That guy isn't bad at all. And then we'll see what our last hips has. Not bad. So things are looking pretty good here. Now, I had mentioned, I don't know if it was last week or in a different video, I was looking at another business to buy because I also have, another small laundromat. I've got a liquor store, mini mart. I've got my office, my online business, Invest for More. Well, I looked at another business. It was listed for sale, but I don't really know if it was for sale or not because the listing was kind of old and the broker who had it can't get a hold of the people who own it. So there might not be anything going on with that, but it seemed kind of promising and interesting for a while. But if it's not really for sale or you can't get a hold of the people who own it, then that makes that a little tricky. So I am looking for different stuff and different opportunities all the time. I've got an 8-plex under contract that we'll be closing on soon. That should be fun to see. It's an interesting property. So yeah, there should be lots of new stuff happening on top of the laundromats and different things going on. So that was a pretty good amount there. I don't know for sure if that was a record, but that bucket was pretty full without these front machines in it. Now this week I did remember to split apart my front machines and back machines just to see the difference. But as I said too, my 60-pounder wasn't working for a while. So it's definitely going to be light. That might cause there to be less in these front machines than normal. But again, hopefully the others will make up for it. This one's usually good. That's a good box. So much fun pulling out heavy, full boxes. But you don't want to let them get too full and jam up because that means the machine doesn't work. We've had that happen before. And like I said, that's so light. That's the smallest we've ever seen in that box, or the least amount, I think. But that's because it wasn't working, which I know I said a few times. All right, I sped this up 3 times, just because it goes for quite a while if we don't do that. And we can see how many quarters we had. So this is the big front loaders up front. I don't have any top loaders, so I don't know why I said front loaders, but they are front loaders. And we'll see how many we have here. So that was over 1,600 last week. I feel like, oh no, last week I forgot to separate it. I don't know, but I feel like we've had more in the past weeks. But I'm really hoping these other machines make up for it, because that seems like a really full bucket. So we'll see how much we have here. Just let the machine work. And my scoop. Once in a while you get some quarters flying all over. Alright, so let's see where we're at. Over 4,000, that's good. The last few weeks we've been like 47 to 4,800, I feel like. Just below 5,000. So I'd love to see us over 5,000. Which we're definitely going to do. Look at that. 5,300 and some. I don't know if that's a record for the washers, but it's way better than we have been doing. So that's really good to see. Again, I'm having issues with my keys today for some reason. There we go. There's my 4 quarters from the no heat dryer. Again, we try to keep stuff working. That one, we just don't know what's wrong with it. And we can fix a lot of stuff, but some stuff we just don't know how. And to get in the professional laundromat fixers cost thousands of dollars just because of trip fees and their hourly charges and all the stuff they end up doing. So we try not to call them too often. We might be getting to a point where we call them back again to try and work and fix on some of these things, but we still have enough working right now where I don't think it's an issue. It's pretty rare that we see all the dryers going. It happens once in a while, but it's pretty rare. I've never seen all the washers going. One person told me it happened once over the weekend one time where all the washers were being used, but I've never seen it. So I don't think we're hurting ourselves too much by having a few down machines right now, but we don't want too many. And if I go to other laundromats across town, we've got probably the lowest down machine rate of anyone. Every laundromat has signs up, and a couple of them, seems like half their machines are broken right now. So we're doing pretty good. And these are pretty good boxes here too. So the dryers are looking really good as well. So I'm getting a little bit positive now about what our sales chart might look like. And I think we've got a chance to break a record. We'll see for sure, but it's looking pretty good. That was a really nice box. That might have been my best dryer box ever. And I was waiting for the gentleman to pull his dryer out. Not his dryer, his clothes out of the dryer. That makes more sense. Don't want to just push him out of the way and take the quarters. Probably frowned upon a little bit. And I think there's one more box. Yeah, those are pretty good. So we'll count these up as well, see what we've got there, then we'll add those up with the vending machines, and then see if we broke a record or not. I sped this one up just a little bit too, not as much as the other one. Oh, thrown quarters everywhere. I think I got them all. So we've been at around, I feel like 1,800 quarters. Like, what was that? Was it 1,600 to 1,800 in that range for the dryers? And we'll see what we get this time. 17, 18, almost 1,900. So that was pretty good too. All right, here's our chart. We'll see where we end up. What's crazy is we're almost coming up on a year that I've owned this laundromat too. We just passed a year for the small laundromat in Kersey. That was in the end of June. And I took over this one in September. We didn't open it until December, but I took it over in September, which seems crazy. It's almost been a year for this one. And it seems crazy that I took over another laundromat 2.5 months after getting my first one and not having any idea what I was doing. But it worked out because this laundromat makes money, does well. The other one does not. So I guess that was a good choice on my part. And I wouldn't have gotten this laundromat had I not bought the smaller one that doesn't do well either. And the small one that doesn't do well really taught me a lot about the business and different things and all kinds of interesting knickknacks about car washes and laundromats, and I'm glad I did it. So now we can see what this week looks like. It's coming up here soon. Had a very steady July and start to August. Over $2,000, which means that is a new record. So our old record was in April, which was 1952.50, and now we've got 2021.25. Finally, we've done it. We've got a new record. And in April, let me see, we had 1381 in washer money. So it was more, there was more in the washers in April. We had 1327 this week, but then 459. We had more in the dryers this week, and then we had more in the vending as well. So finally, really cool to see us break our record. Last week was 1756. The week before that, 1783. The week before that, 1754. So it's been very consistent, and now we've kind of had that breakthrough I've been waiting for quite a while. Very cool to see. Hopefully, this keeps happening, and we create a new plateau, and then we break that plateau, and we create a new one, and we break it, and we create a new one, and we break it, just like we have been doing in the past. But this is cool to see. Now, I've gone over expenses before. It's been a little while. I would say we're right about $4,500 a month in expenses. Last time I checked, I haven't checked in the last month or so. So it is making money. It's not a ton of money, but I spent an hour there today. Then, of course, I'll spend another hour editing the video and doing my voiceover I'm doing right now and putting it on YouTube and all of that. But that also makes me a little bit of money too. And then I do stop by the laundromat a few other times a week, but I spend maybe 15, 20 minutes there usually. So it isn't a massive time suck right now. It's pretty manageable, pretty easy for the money it's making. Now the other laundromat, we'll show that one tomorrow. Probably, I don't stop by there as often, but when I do, I stay there longer, and it takes a lot longer to get there too because it's farther away from me. So that one takes close to as much time and doesn't make any money at all. So that one we still need to figure out what to do. But I think we had a really good week at that one. I haven't counted all the quarters yet or done my chart yet to see, but I felt like we had a good week there. So at least maybe we're still seeing some improvements on that one sales-wise. All right, thanks for watching. Like I said, we'll have more videos on our flips, commercial properties, other businesses, any new properties I'm buying as well, and sometimes some real estate advice, things happening in the world too. Thanks for watching. Love to hear what you think, and we'll be back soon.